Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of Own Your Becoming podcast. I'm Wendy Wang, coach, guide, lifelong learner, and your companion on this adventure called Midlife. I'm so glad you're tuned in. Now, before I became a coach, I was a software engineer by trade. I spent almost 2 decades in IT. Yep, I'm wired to analyze, optimize, and problem solve. In my mid-20s and 30s, I was also a full-on fitness junkie. Wellness, prevention, nutrition, all of that fascinated me, and it still does. So, when I hit my late 30s and started to learn about perimenopause, I thought I had the formula all figured out. I told myself, with my knowledge of diet, exercise, and a little help from HRT, when the time came, I'd sail right through this phase. Simple, right? Well, not exactly. Because as I started moving through it myself, I learned that this is not just a set of symptoms to fix. This is a rite of passage. Capital R-I-T-E. It's not just biology. It's initiation. It's about power, truth, authenticity. It's about stepping into a whole new version of yourself, one that is true to your core essence. I started this podcast because I realized midlife isn't just one thing. It's not only about hormones or symptoms, and it's not only about spirituality or meaning. It's all of it, woven together. Yes, lifestyle matters. What we eat, how we move, and how we manage stress, all of that has a real impact on how we feel. And yes, things like HRT, hormone replacement therapy, can be incredibly supportive. But there's another layer too, the inner work of reconnecting with your deeper truth, learning self-love, practicing acceptance, and realizing this phase of life isn't something to fix. It's something to live fully. This podcast is where all of those threads come together. Practical tools for your body and nervous system, conversations about mindset and patterns, and reflections on the deeper meaning of this stage of life. Because midlife isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of living in a more powerful, authentic, and liberated way. So, here's what you can expect if you stick around. Conversations about perimenopause and midlife, not just the science, but the soul of it. Tools to help you navigate change. Frameworks like the Enneagram, archetypes, and other lenses that help us understand ourselves and the people we love. Real talk about breaking old patterns of guilt, perfectionism, and people-pleasing, and reclaiming joy, creativity, and freedom. Stories, practices, and maybe a few laughs along the way, because this isn't meant to be heavy all the time. This is about being fully alive. So, if you're curious, if you're longing for deeper meaning in this stage of your life, if you're ready to shift from fixing yourself to really owning your becoming, you're in the right place. This is just the beginning. Thank you for joining me today. And if something here resonated, make sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and come back for the next episode. I'm Wendy Wang, and this is Own Your Becoming. Let's dive into this adventure together.